my name is Samantha Shillette. I'm with Register Real Estate Advisors in Spring, Texas, and I'm here with you today to introduce you to another Whiteboard Monday. Today we're going to be talking about, is an income property right for you? There are several things that you need to consider. Can you recognize a good income property? Not all properties are going to be considered good income or rental properties. Another thing is, what is the estimate of the cost of any renovations that you need to do? This is very important. Before you decide to purchase an income property, you want to know exactly or very close to what you're going to be putting into that property so you can help determine what your profit margin is going to be. Another thing is, find out the value of that home after the renovations. As I said, that falls into the profit margins. You really need to know this, or you're really not going to know if this is going to be a smart investment for you or not. What is the market rent for the property? Is it a neighborhood where a lot of investors purchase and lease out to people? That's very important to know. You also need to find out how much can you rent the property for, and if you're doing any financing, you need to find out if that rent is going to cover any of the financing that you do. Then you need to know your intent. Are you going to flip or rent this property? If you're going to flip it, the renovations comes in very crucial. You need to know as much as you can, how much is it going to cost you to renovate that property? That's where you're going to determine your profit margins. If you're renting that property out, that's not such an issue, but it's still a very nice thing that you should know. Figure the profit margin after renovations for short-term and long-term. With the market the way it is today, you don't know if you're going to be able to get rid of that property immediately or if it's going to be one that's going to sit for a while. The next things you want to consider is splitting the cost. A lot of people are doing this now. Investors are teaming up. They reduce their liability by splitting the cost, not only for the closing costs, but the renovations and such. And it really is a great way to reduce some of your risk to where you're not going to stand to lose as much money if you've got a partner, or even maybe more than one partner. And you need to make it a business. If you want to be successful with this, you need to treat it as a business. This is not a hobby or just something that you do at the side. It is something that takes a lot of your time. You need to investigate the ins and outs of everything, especially if you're considering leasing this property out. You need to know, what do you do in a situation where you need to evict a tenant and you can't get them out. You need to know all the ins and outs, what your costs are there for court fees and such. And all of your liabilities, because there are some liabilities that you do take into consideration when you're going to buy a home to rent out. You need to educate yourself as much as you can. That's the only way that you're going to be successful. Do your research. If you've got a bunch of questions, more than likely you're not ready. If you do have a bunch of questions and you want to think about possibly in the future getting into this, please feel free to give me a call anytime. Again, my name is Samantha with Register Real Estate Advisors. You can reach me at 832-768-5802. Thanks, and have a wonderful, safe holiday weekend.